Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the full moon in Libra Sacred Union Energy Update. Today we're going to be taking a look at how everything is shifting in this connection with this full moon. Powerful energies coming in right now. We had the 444 portal, which created a major shift as far as the ascension timeline. I know I absolutely felt it and experienced a miracle as a result of that. And I hope you guys are feeling that as well. A little bit of a heavier energy right now. It's not so much heavy as it is just a time for a break, a time for a timeout. Spirit has been saying that we are doing a lot of energy work in the dream state. A lot going on behind the scenes as far as helping, as far as service to others, as far as helping the direction of the planet as a whole in our energy work and when we're in dream state, and even in meditation. They're saying so we might be waking up exhausted. Lots of fluid is needed, lots of hydration needed, lots of grounding is needed. So you might be feeling a little bit tired, like I am, a little bit drained, but that's where you do the grounding work to recoup your energy. We're going to be looking at the energies today, but I have been getting a lot of downloads over the past few nights, especially last night. I woke up and it was just like an hour of channeling. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with some channeled messages, but before we go there, I have a couple of announcements. First, I want to say thank you to all of you who have supported me, who have donated, who have sent love and healing and just words of encouragement. Especially over the past 2 months. If you've been on this channel for a while, if you've been supporting me from the very beginning, I really extend my heart out to you and say thank you. But especially these past 2 months, if you commented on yesterday's video, I will respond to you. And if you emailed me, I will respond to you personally as well. I just want to say thank you guys so much. It means the world to me how you have sent love and support. It has been a trying time, but we persevered and things worked out just beautifully. So thank you guys. And I'll put a link to that yesterday's video, in the description box below in case you missed it. But I just want to say thank you from the very bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me. I'm very grateful. Zodiac readings. Here's the thing with that. I tried to do them last week. I had planned on doing them this week. I just do not have the energy for them. I don't know if I'm not called to do them. I enjoy doing them. I want to do them. But every time I sit down to do them, I just feel my energy drain. So I am going to put them to the side for now. We might do a mid-month check-in if I'm feeling recovered. But I'm going to put them to the side for now and just focus on Ascension energy updates and Sacred Union energy updates, because there is a lot that is going on. It seems like every minute something is changing. It seems like every minute something is shifting in this connection. So what I'm going to do is just put the Zodiac readings aside for now. Maybe see if I can revisit them mid-month, and if not, we'll be back with them in May. But I just, at some point, you just have to surrender, right? I mean, isn't that what this journey is about? I've always kind of wung it. I'm so tired, you guys. I've always kind of just been winging it on this channel with whatever spirit wants to bring forth. And that's what this journey is about, too. That's what it teaches you, just to be in the moment. And, even the best laid plans, you've got to just trust your intuition and go with the flow of things and just let your heart lead you. And, yep, that's what we do here. So I hope you guys can appreciate it and bear with me. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so, like I said, I'm taking a break this week, except for some of these collective readings. Client readings, I will have those ready for you if you had booked for this week. And then for any other personal readings, we are scheduling into next week. So make sure that you email me to book your time slot. Okay, like I said, things are changing very, very quickly now. It is like time is speeding up. The timelines, they're saying, are speeding up. So last night I woke up with just a ton of downloads with regards to this journey, with regards to some clarity on some healing. So what I'm actually going to just read it. I had put it in my book, but I think I'm just going to read it. Because I just grab my phone and I start typing. Okay, so the first message that I got last night. When was this? Oh, 12 o'clock. Perfect. Okay, so the first message that I got last night was about trusting your own intuition, trusting this journey, and allowing it to unfold. Having faith in the unfolding. Taking action when you're meant to. That's what the whole theme of this week's daily energy draws are. That's part of manifestation. You don't just sit back and let things happen to you. You take a proactive stance in it, but you let go of the outcome, because that's where you have to have trust in yourself as a co-creator with the universe. And that's trusting the universe as part of yourself. You have to trust. It's just like, it's interesting. What they're actually saying is it's just like any other relationship. You have to trust each other. So just as you trust the universe, you have to trust your divine counterpart. Because you are co-creating, because you are one. The universe is not just, it's not separate from you, and it's not just a part of you. You are the universe. The universe is you. And the same with your sacred connection. You are your divine counterpart. Your divine counterpart is you. Just embodied differently, just expressing itself differently. But you are that one soul expressing itself in two different embodiments. So I want to see if they want me to go there. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, they do. All right. One of the channeled messages that we got a while ago now was the concept of divine counterparts. You can call it twin flames, sacred partners, high-level soulmates, but we're talking about that one soul split into two bodies. What they had channeled to me a long time ago was that it was for the purpose to experience duality. Because what better way to grow and evolve? And remember, as you grow and evolve, you're actually helping the universe to grow and evolve. That's the infinite nature of the universe. It's expansive. So as you, as part of the universe, one with the universe, are growing and expanding in your soul growth journey, guess what? So is the universe growing and expanding around you. The universe itself grows and expands in tandem. So your experiences help to make up that growth and expansion in the universe. Now, what better way than to kind of double the growth and expansion by splitting into two bodies? That one soul split into two bodies for double growth and expansion. That's the best way that I know how to put it. And it was to experience two sides of the same coin. It was to experience duality and to remember how to transcend duality, to remember your oneness, to remember your union, your unity, that you are one. So you go through, you incarnate and incarnate and incarnate and go through all of these experiences in past lives. And then in order to remember to come back together as one, as the universe shifts and comes together as one. So we talk a lot about that in the channeled messages, the Ascension series. So you can make sure that you do check out that playlist. We'll be truncating that as soon as I'm able to be more digestible in like little segments, all those channeled messages. But if you want to learn more about twin flames, divine counterparts, sacred partners, the mission, what the mission is for divine counterparts, the soul growth journey, we talk a lot about that stuff in the Ascension series, mostly in the first part of the readings, but there are full readings available on the channel there. So do make sure you go there and see, or on the playlist, and see what resonates for you. Okay, so that was just a shortened version that they wanted me to reiterate. So we're talking about intuition. We're talking about your path. We're talking about allowing life to unfold, because you helped to create this life. You chose to orchestrate this. But that's part of your power as a co-creator. That's part of your power as a master manifester. You are choosing what to manifest in any given moment. And so what they channeled to me yesterday was Spirit, here we have, Spirit is base command. And we are like the astronauts traveling into uncharted territory because truly Earth and this Earth experience is uncharted territory because of how we forget who we truly are when we come here. And not only that, but we are paving the way, especially as light workers and way showers, we're paving the way to New Earth, which is completely uncharted territory. Many of us, we had channeled before, many of us actually do remember, they're saying the Golden Age, which was the age of Atlantis, the age of Lemuria. So many of us who have incarnated here right now at this time remember that experience, what it was like here during that Golden Age. Now we're returning to that with all of these experiences over the past centuries in tow. But we're moving into a new era. And because of that, because of all the experiences that we have on our back, so to speak, because of that, we are moving into uncharted territory for the universe as a whole. So even though it has remnants and reflections of that Golden Age, this is new. This is brand new, especially for Earth. This is rising in consciousness, anchoring in that new consciousness, anchoring in that new dimension. So they said we have a plan, we have a chart, we know what we come here to do as part of our mission, as part of our life purpose, and this does include service to others as well as our own soul growth and expansion. But we forget. Somewhere along the way, we forget. And that is so that we can clear out the karma. That is so we can awaken to the truth of ourselves. That is so that we can understand who we truly are, which is beyond this egoic identity. And all along the way, with Spirit as base command, the more we alleviate control to Spirit, the more they're able to help us navigate our true soul path. Because remember, when you're listening to the soul of yourself, you're also listening to Spirit. So they're speaking to us through signs, through synchronicities, sometimes even directly when you're listening to your intuition, guiding us on our path, helping us to navigate this Earth experience. And the more we listen to the truth of ourselves, the more we listen to our intuition, the more we listen to Spirit's navigation, the more we're in alignment with our true path. And we don't have to fear, because Spirit has the overall picture, the overall blueprint. And the more we listen to Spirit, the more we connect to Spirit, the more we're actually connecting to ourselves and remembering that blueprint for ourselves. And that's that oneness, that's that unity consciousness, is remembering not just connected to all living things on this planet, but connected to Source, connected to Spirit. We are one. And so the more we connect to ourselves, the more we connect to Spirit, and vice versa. And so even though things might seem a little bit uncertain, even though things might seem a little bit scary as we move forward, as we make whatever choices we make to manifest our future, to manifest the best and highest timelines for ourselves, there really is nothing to fear because we have Spirit guiding us, which is truly ourselves. And it's only ego that likes to make us think that we're not in control. Ego likes to control from a point of power, from a point of fear, from a point of self-preservation and survival mode. By clinging to the concept that we're out of control. That if we don't know what the next step is, and the next step after that is, and the next step after that, then we're out of control. We feel out of control. But that's all survival mode. That's all self-preservation. That's all fear. Spirit's saying, what if we told you that you've been in control this whole time? Because you are one with us. And because we are helping to guide you through those signs, through those synchronicities. All it comes down to is trust. Trust in us, trust in yourself. Because it is one and the same. They are base command, helping to navigate, helping to lead you where your soul is already guiding you. It's already guiding you. It's just about paying attention and trusting where you're being led. So that felt like it was a really powerful download that came in last night. Okay. So the next thing that came in, I tried going to sleep. So that was at 12:02. I tried going back to sleep. 12:14, they're like, nope. They're like, we've got something else for you. So they wanted to talk about divine partnerships. And again, this is kind of coinciding with trust. Because remember what they said, that if you're trusting in spirit, it's like trusting in your divine partner, trusting in yourself, it's all one and the same. So they're talking about fear of commitment and fear of abandonment. And what they said was it's two sides of the same coin. Now, what we experience in the sacred union is that one partner usually has a fear of commitment, and that's typically the divine masculine, but doesn't have to be. And the other partner has a fear of abandonment, and that's typically the divine feminine. Again, doesn't have to be. And male, female, doesn't matter. The gender doesn't matter. We're talking about the energies here. So what they said to me was, and those are two major wounds that come from past beliefs, even past lifetimes, that are carried in to be cleared in this lifetime. And what they had said to me, that if one counterpart is non-committal and seems to be pushing you away, understand that it is reflecting your own fear of abandonment, just expressed differently. So what it comes down to, fear of commitment, being non-committal, is in essence the same core wounding of a fear of abandonment. That's the push and pull dynamic within your partnership. It's just expressed differently. So, for example, if one partner is holding on tightly for fear of being abandoned, for example, the divine feminine holding on to the connection, while the other is repelling you, pushing you away, for example, the divine masculine, if they're saying that they're not ready for this relationship, they don't want this relationship, they can't have this relationship, for whatever reason. But what it comes down to is that fear of abandonment. Now, and take it as it resonates for you for the situation. This is going to be general. But we're talking about these sacred unions. We're talking about the wounding that comes around this. It's all about soul growth. So when we talk about being ready or not being ready, you have to accept and respect where your partner is at this time. That is where you have to let go of the control. That is where you have to accept. That is where you have to forgive. You cannot push because, again, that's just reflecting your own fear. And we've been talking about what it means to let go, what it means to detach from the connection. You cannot hold on to a connection because that is not love. That is love with conditions. That's not unconditional love. That's not pure love. That's love with an expectation of, I love you, so you have to love me back. That's not what this is. That's not what we're talking about here. This is that soul resonance. This is that deep-seated love, that deep-seated soul bond, where you're both working through issues of abandonment. You're both working through your wounding, and you cannot push your partner to heal faster or slower or whatever it is than they're ready to, because that's just you controlling and manipulating, and you cannot do that. That's just the distortion. So it's remember, this is a disclaimer and a caveat to allow, to step into your divine feminine energy. If you're divine feminine, do not push, allow. Just allow the journey to unfold. Remember base command, right? Allow the journey to unfold. Trust. Just like you're trusting in spirit, just like you're trusting in your own powers, your own divinity, trust in your divine masculine, or reverse the roles, but trust in your divine partner to be doing the healing work themselves. They might be expressing it a little bit differently. They might not be doing the active healing like you've done, but they are healing. Especially divine masculines, they heal a little bit differently. So, okay. So, one partner is holding on tightly for fear of being abandoned. That's that control there. That fear of loss, that fear of rejection. While the other is repelling you, pushing you away, but it's due to this very same fear, only they're reacting in such a way that they're trying to prevent potential abandonment by distancing themselves, by not being emotionally available, by not being vulnerable, by not being intimate. So it's the same fear, which is fear of abandonment, just expressed differently. One holds on too tightly because they don't want to let go. They're afraid of letting go. They're afraid of losing their person. The other pushes them away for fear of being abandoned because it's all ego. It's that self-preservation mode. It's that survival mode. It's it's I'm not going to be emotionally available. I'm not going to get too invested in this relationship. I'm not going to allow myself to be vulnerable or intimate with this person because what if he or she leaves me? What if he or she hurts me? What if? Both are centered around the fear of what if. So it's two sides to the same coin. And that expresses itself in doubt, that expresses itself in fear, that expresses itself in for some it's neediness, clinging to the connection, and for others it's repelling the connection, pushing it away. But it's two sides to the same coin. It's the same wound. So the more you work on yourself and heal that wound within yourself, the more that's going to reflect in your partner, because you're releasing your partner. You are letting go of the attachment to the connection. And what we talk about here all the time, especially the last few months, is love needs to be free. There cannot be any chains to true unconditional love. No conditions, no chains, no expectations. Allow it to flow. Now, freedom in love doesn't mean non-commitment. It doesn't mean a lack of loyalty. It doesn't mean a lack of devotion. You can get married to each other and still be free. It's acceptance. It's allowing you and your partner to be who you are, to grow together. It's allowing the love to flow between you and not repelling each other, not pushing each other away. It's allowing harmony to exist between you. That is freedom in love. So that was really fascinating that came through. And then 2:17 a.m. I swear. I woke up and I don't remember why I woke up. I think I was having like a dream where there was a lot of doubt within my own connection that was coming up to the surface. And I remember asking Spirit, well, how do you eradicate doubt? And they said, you can't. They said, well, actually you can, but you're not there yet in your journey. They said, what you actually do to help eradicate the doubt, because that is a process of letting go, and it's especially important during this full moon, which is about release, which is about letting go. It doesn't have to be about letting go of necessarily 3D things like people, places, things, but about the energy. You release the energy, especially if it's an energy of fear, if it's an energy of doubt. And so what they said is, you let your faith be bigger than your fear, because that's all doubt is. Doubt is fear. So if you're feeling doubt about your connection, if you're feeling insecure about your connection, there's a level of fear around that. And you allow your faith to be bigger than your fear. And then you start to eradicate doubt from your experience. And again, it's a process, so do be kind to yourself, but yeah. That felt intense. All right, so really powerful channel messages that came through last night, downloads that came through last night. So I wanted to share that with you guys. We're going to do a quick spread to see what is going on with this full moon, what's happening in the connection because of this full moon, what's going to shift. So let's get a card for overall union energies. And we'll do a Sacred Union energy update sometime this week, either tomorrow or Thursday, to see how things actually have shifted. And Patreon subscribers, I will also have something for you as well. A time for healing. Yes, this is exactly what it is, a time for healing. A time for release. Again, release the old energy because you are walking into new earth. You are walking into a shift in consciousness, into a new way of being, a new way of living. A new you. You're being reborn. And what we actually channeled a couple of readings ago was the birthing of the new you. Actually being born. And sometimes that can feel very painful. But it's like when a child opens their eyes, it is a new world. And how wonderful the innocence of a child. Allow yourself, they're saying, to heal from the past pain where there was suffering, where there was struggle, where there was strife, and embrace the wonder of the world again. Embrace the innocence of your soul. Embrace how everything might feel so bright and new and full of love again, because that is new earth consciousness. Crown chakra activations is what they're pointing me to. So some of you might be experiencing a lot of crown chakra activations. And that's actually what's interesting about this coronavirus is the corona is crown. So we are having mass awakenings. It's, it's macro, micro, micro, macro, just like we have channeled before. It is not just to do with the you and your individual journey, but what you're experiencing here is what the world as a whole is experiencing, and vice versa. Oh, and look, a new start is coming. Yep. See? New cycles. This is a new cycle. You're leveling up. You are walking through the doorway. I feel like I'm going to get... We're going to use this deck. An oldie but a goodie. All right, let's see what we need to know for these sacred partners for the full moon. All right, Spirit, what do you need us to know? What do you need us to know? Okay, immediately what I'm hearing is you can't carry it with you, which is something that we had channeled, I think in the Ascension energy update. You can't carry it with you. So what you're actually doing now, both partners, is, just like we had said, is you are letting down the weight of any past energy that you were carrying, anything that you were holding on to. Because I don't remember which energy update or daily energy draw we channeled this in, but it's like if you already have a full cup, you can't fill your cup anymore, otherwise it's just going to overflow. You have to empty out that cup of that old, stale, stagnant energy in order for the new to come in order for the new to be filled up, full up. That's what this is. This is putting down the burdens of your past, the old version of you. Allow yourself to let that go, so this abundance, this Six of Pentacles energy, is an energy of abundance, so that this can come in. And what is this? This is balance. This is harmony. Let go of the old. Don't hold on so tightly to the old, so that the new can come in, so that the universe can be generous with the new. Because the universe is infinite and wants to bring you your manifestations, and not just what you think you want, but more than what you expect. They want to bring you more than what you can even expect. It's like you put in an order. It's like you're in a restaurant and you put in your order, right? And then all of a sudden the chef comes out with some free appetizers and some free desserts, and maybe they, give you an extra helping. It's more than what you expect. That's what the universe is trying to bring to you. But you have to let go of the control. You have to let go of the past. You have to let go of what you expected based on the past version of what you had experienced. You have to let go of the heartbreak. You have to let go of the resentment. You have to let go of the pain. You have to forgive the past. That's what's being healed with this full moon, it feels like. Oh, yeah. Wow. This is very passionately sexually charged here. Wow. I don't know if you guys are having some sacral chakra activations. Both counterparts, both of you are feeling this sexual energy and sacred sexual energy. This is wanting to create. Now, I don't just mean procreate, I mean to create together, because the sacral chakra is a creative life force. It is creation energy. It is let's build together, let's create together. This is passionate energy. Tell me more. Why is the Two of Wands here? Okay. All right. Tell me, why is the Two of Wands here? Yep. And then why is the High Priestess here? Okay, here's a message that's coming in. So you have this passionate new beginning. And when I say passion, again, it's not just sexual energy. It's a love for each other. It's a love for life. It's like a zest energy. It's this new beginning. It's this taking action. It's this inspired action, this awakening energy. It's this creative life force energy. I don't quite know how to explain it. When I say sacred sexuality energy, it's not just about, lovemaking. It's about creation as a whole, building together as a whole. That's this Four of Wands energy here. If you guys remember, a long time ago, the Two of Wands, we had channeled that the Divine Feminine had already, this is the doorway, right? The Divine Feminine was already walking through that doorway. And the Divine Masculine here had a choice. They were thinking they could either go this way or they could go this way, but those two directions were still the old versions of themselves. It was still repeating a cycle of the past. What they weren't seeing was if they go straight, if they went where their Divine Feminine was leading them, they would be entering into this new earth energy. They would be entering into this highest timeline for themselves. Because otherwise they would just be repeating the path, no matter which direction they chose, unless they were walking through that doorway, unless they were choosing Divine Feminine, essentially, and choosing themselves, they were just repeating those cycles. Divine Masculine has walked through the doorway. That's what this energy is. Both of you feeling the passion for each other, both of you feeling the love for each other. And that's what you're building. Building this Four of Wands, because you have both walked through this doorway, this portal. You are both creating stability. You are creating security within your connection. You are creating a new foundation for each other, the Four being new foundation. And what that looks like on the 3D is going to be different for everybody, but this is devotion, this is commitment, this is celebration. This is that happiness. You are creating this new beginning together. Now, what they're saying here with the High Priestess and the Seven of Wands is don't block your intuition here. Don't guard yourself against this unfolding. Allow your heart to continue to lead you, because it's almost like warning's too tough of a word. It's not like a warning, but Spirit's just cautioning, I guess you could say. You've walked through this doorway. Don't let your old fears hold you back. Don't let your old fears keep you trapped. You're putting an end to this now. You're putting an end to those doubts. You're putting an end to those fears. You have to let that go, especially with this full moon release. Don't guard yourself against this. Don't guard yourself against your intuition, because your new beginning has already started to take shape. And feel it within yourself. And even, look at it within your own connection in the 3D. Was there some kind of communication? Was there contact? Was there some kind of offering? No matter what it looked like, no matter how small, there have been new foundations over the past few weeks, even going back to January. There have been new foundations that were being laid. This is that new beginning energy. Remember, new beginnings are a process. Everything is a process. We're in transitional energy right now. But new beginnings have already started to take shape. Foundations have been forming. Because you did walk through this doorway, this is what it is you're creating. You're creating this happiness. You're creating this joy, this celebration, this commitment. But don't block. Don't block your intuition, because that is how you're creating. You are creating by letting go of the old, not holding back, by allowing this generous flow of love and reciprocity to give and to receive in balance and harmony, and you're allowing your intuition to guide you. What else do we need to know? The Magician. Yeah. You're creating this. You together, it's not singular anymore. And it never has been, because you and your divine partner have always been one. It just looked like you were on this journey alone because you were creating separation by only focusing on the 3D, by only focusing on the physical evidence of my partner's not with me, or my partner's with another person, or my partner is pushing me away. But again, that's that push and pull. That's that repellent energy, remember, that we talked about? That was you guys still having to heal. Both, when I say you guys, I mean both of you, both counterparts, having to heal that wound of abandonment, because that's where you were resisting each other. That's where you were repelling each other. But you have always been creating this together because you are one. As true divine counterparts, you are one. And you cannot create separation. You cannot create division by believing otherwise. And you trust in your heart space. You trust in that faith that you are creating this together. Oh my gosh. Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Yep. What are you creating? You're creating this. Again, you walk through the doorway. This is just validation of the message that I picked up here. You are creating this brand new start in the physical. The Pentacles being physical, tangible, solid, in the 3D. So all this foundation energy, leaving the past behind, not holding on to this energy. What's interesting about the Four of Pentacles, as I said in a recent reading, is it used to be this energy of holding back, of hoarding, right? Of being very stubborn and not letting go. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. But recently it's been an energy of not giving up. So what Spirit reminded me of, and I hope my Divine Masculine forgives me for disclosing this, but my Divine Masculine and I were having, I guess you could say, an argument the other day. And he said something. He said, I'm not going down that road again. And what came out of my mouth surprised even me. Because I said, well, maybe you didn't go far enough. That's this energy here that they're reminding me of. This is that stubborn energy, again, where holding back, holding on, not letting go. But not letting go out of a place of fear, not letting go out of a place of stubbornness. This Four of Pentacles is so afraid that if he drops one pentacle, then he'll only have 3 left and he'll never recover that 4th pentacle. Where somebody who is in abundance mindset and not lack or scarcity mindset understands that, listen, if he gives away one of the pentacles, then the universe is going to come in with 2 more. Because of that abundance. Because the universe is infinite. The more love you give, and again, it's that vulnerability, it's that intimacy. The more love you give to each other, the more love there is. You cannot hold yourself back out of that fear. That's what you have to release. That's the burden that you have to lay down. That's this new beginning. And this passion, it's like if you're holding back on the passion for each other, if you're holding back on the love for each other, then you're just dimming the light. You're just dimming the love. Because these counterparts, these sacred partners, you are meant to love each other. You are meant to trust each other. You are meant to be vulnerable and intimate with one another because you are one another. You know each other. I'm getting so choked up here. It's so beautiful. You know each other more intimately than anybody else. And in essence, you trust each other more than anybody else. You are each other's safe space. And it's only the 3D, the past, the karma, the past heartbreak, the past relationships, the past beliefs, the past family dynamics that make you think otherwise. But when you go within your heart space, you feel the love that is there. You feel the intimate connection. You feel each other's energy because you are one. You are each other. Trust in that heart space. Trust in that love. And don't hold yourself back in this stubborn energy, because it is meant to be balanced and harmonious and free flowing between you two. That is how they're just showing me this it's like this fire that is just ablaze, because you're both feeding the flame. That's what happens with your love. When one feeds the flame, that flame dims and eventually dies out, because it's not being nurtured, it's not being nourished. But you both feed that fire, and man, your love lights the world. It is just ablaze, lighting up the world. Don't be defensive against where your heart is leading you, because it's leading you to each other. It is leading to create together. It is leading you to this partnership, to this new beginning, to this harmony. And this love just changes worlds. It really does change worlds. I'm going to get a romance angel to end. See if there's anything we need to know. Finances and career, it feels like abundance. We also have reconciliation. This feels like your abundance. This feels like, don't block yourself. Don't let any obstacles block you from this reconciliation. When I say reconciliation, I mean this Four of Wands energy. I mean this coming together, this co-creatorship. This feels like this Six of Pentacles energy, this abundance. Don't block this. Don't block this off. I'm actually going to put this aside. Hold on, I want to see where they're leading me. I feel like this might actually have been the deck they wanted me to use. So let's see if there's any additional message. Spirit, is there any additional message? What's coming in for these divine counterparts? What is this leading to? Compatibility. Yeah. And there's that passion, sexual freedom there. Okay. This feels like that partnership. This feels like that harmony. Don't let anything block this. This feels, okay. Hold on. This finances and career feels like it's attached to this Six of Pentacles energy, which is abundance. But don't block your abundance. Don't allow, it says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, like it's affecting your love life. Don't let 3D situations block the harmony of this connection. Don't allow it to block this reconciliation, this reunion, this harmony. This reconciliation card is a feeling of harmony. It's a feeling of balance. It's a feeling of this. This is what it feels like. It feels like what they're reiterating here is don't block your intuition. Don't let anything block this connection. With compatibility here, this is that harmony. This is that purity. This is that coming together. Let me see if there's anything else that they want to say about this. It just feels like more harmony. It feels like, here's that second chance energy. Judgment for me is always a second chance energy, a call to rise. Oh, okay, I get it. I got it. Don't let this block the harmony that is coming in, because the Judgment card here is the leveling up. This is that walking through the doorway. This is the foundation that you have been creating, right? Your connection is leveling up. With compatibility, it feels like soulmate connection. Whatever label you want to call it. It's that sacred partner connection, but it feels more at ease than it was in the past. There might have been a lot of tension in your connection at the past, but now there's going to be more compatibility. Now there's going to be more harmony in your connection because you're putting down this energy, because you're not letting anything hold you back from this reconciliation, from this coming together, from this working together, from this partnership. You're not letting the 3D, which is that finances and career energy, hold you back. And it's interesting that we have finances and career, and we have, and this could be anything. This could be obligations. This could be like duties, family duties, career, work, finances, anything that is materialistic, anything that is 3D focused. Don't let that hold you back from this connection, from this partnership, from this harmony. And that's this energy. Don't let that hold you back. Allow the love to flow freely, because once you do, then it's this walking through the doorway. You've already walked through the doorway, but you keep going. You keep going. Just like, I had said to my divine masculine, which I really believe was spirit speaking to him through me, maybe you didn't go far enough. You keep going with your divine partner. You keep going. Because this is what comes in. It is this harmony. It is this beautiful balance. It is this beautiful love. That love that truly does light worlds. You give this a second chance. You keep going. Wow. Okay. They just pulled back, so I don't feel like there's any other messages here. I'm going to have to watch this back